Okay, so this last page is dealing with compound inequality word problems. Now, don't worry, I know they look complicated, but really they're not that bad. They're actually really easy than a lot of things we've done so far this year. So let's just go ahead and talk about the first one. Okay, so this says the area of a rectangle is defined as 40 is less than or equal to A, which is less than or equal to 120. Well, what does A stand for, do we think, if we're talking about a rectangle? Well, it stands for area. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to write the area in terms of a compound inequality, okay, using this format. So what this is saying is, essentially what it's saying is the area of the rectangle is bigger than 40, but smaller than 120, or also equal to. So what is the area of this rectangle? Do you remember how to find area? Well, area is just length times width, right? Length times width. And so the length of this is 2x and the width is 10. So what is 2x times 10? So here it says Rita bakes pies at a bakery. The number of pies she can bake, x, so we're going to use x to stand for how many pies she can make, is limited by the ingredients that they have in stock, which makes sense. So the situation is represented by the inequality 2x minus 3 is less than 7. And 5 minus x is less than 8. So notice we have an and inequality. Solve the inequality and write the viable solutions. Okay, so again, this is nowhere near as complicated as it sounds. To me, it looks like we have two very basic two-step inequalities. So we would solve them. So 2x minus 3 is less than 7. Okay, hopefully that's no problem for us. Right, add 3. So 2x is less than 10. And then divide out our 2. X is less than 5. Okay, so x is less than 5. Great. Next one. 5 minus x is less than 8. Now, what we do not want to miss is this minus sign right here. Okay, and we'll talk about why here in a second. But let's go ahead and subtract 5. Make sure you don't add 5, right? This is a positive 5 right here. So you got to subtract 5. Now, the reason I highlighted that is we got to bring that down. So does negative x is less than 3. All right? Now, consider this a negative 1x. So in that case, we would just divide by what? Well, we would divide by negative 1. Now, we're going to have to flip our sign. We'll get x is greater than negative 3. Okay, so let's think about this for a second. How can we write this to make a little bit more sense? Well, remember the way you can write an and inequality. Take your lesser value of negative 3. Okay. Now, x is greater than negative 3, so we'll write it like that. Now, what is x less than? 5. Okay. Does it make sense to make negative amounts of pies? No. Okay, so we're not really going to consider that negative 3 because she's not making a negative amount of pies. What we're really worried about is this right here. So how many pies can Rita bake? Can she bake 5 pies? No, because there is not an equal to sign here. She can only bake fewer than 5 pies. And we're not talking about half pies here. We're talking about whole pies. So Rita can bake 4 pies at most. All right. So that's how you do that. Now, if you've made it this far, which hopefully you have, these videos are super short, you are expected to finish everything I left today. I've done about half of it in the videos at least, and the videos haven't totaled up to be that long, so you have plenty of time to do this, and make sure you turn it in at the end of class, and don't forget to get a study guide, okay? Don't forget a study guide. I will also make a video going over the study guide and post it over the weekend.